Hi Scorpio, happy early birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always. And I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, well, we have Scorpio, so you guys, obviously, and as we get toward the end of October, we'll be in Scorpio season, so it makes sense to see that come up in that regard. We also have 1, so again, for you guys from your chart perspective, that would be you guys again. So yeah, it looks like you just might have a really high focus on yourselves this month. And we have Mercury. Mercury just wrapped up a retrograde recently, and around the end of September it'll be done with its shadow period, but it'll still be in Virgo for a bit in October, then it'll move on into Libra, and maybe toward the very end of the month it'll move into your sign. So again, could shift more focus to you in that regard too. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. In the main situation position, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and challenging that, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So both Virgo energies here, but I could see this playing out a couple different ways. So one way I could see it playing out is, let's say you're a business owner, right? You work for yourselves, and someone might come along with an offer to partner up with you, but you might be hesitant to do so, right? Because you're like, okay, I have quite the level of success by myself, right? And I like the idea of the freedom and autonomy that gives me. So you might be like, yeah, that'd be nice to get that extra pentacle to bring me to the 10 of Pentacles, but I kind of like the freedom I have at the same time too, right? Or another way this could be playing out is maybe you get a job offer that on the surface seems good, but maybe it would require a lot of travel. And you could say to yourself, well, I'm really comfortable with my work environment. I'm not sure I really want to go that route either, right? So it's just one of those things where an offer might be coming your way, probably one that at one point you did want, but now you're just considering like, oh, well, I'm kind of comfortable where I'm at now. So that could be hesitation there. In the foundation position, we have Justice. So this is the major arcana card for Libra. So I can see this playing out a couple of different ways too. For one, I could just be pointing to the fact that we'll be in a Libra season, of course, but I could just be saying that with this in the foundation position, that if there is something more that could be offered to you that would make you more likely to accept it, then I can just be saying that you might be able to negotiate that this month. So something to keep in mind with that. And as far as if this was an offer that came around, or possibly even money that was due to you, let's say, you could just be saying that, you know, it was due to you, but just took a while for it to finally arrive. Alright. Past position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, could have just been a timing thing in the past. You know, we have Jupiter in the opposite sign, so on the one hand, that could bring in some good partnerships for you, but it could also throw some upheaval into that area as well. So you guys might have been experiencing the downside of that for a bit, and now it could be shifting back toward the positive. All right, in the present position, we have Judgment. So yeah, another indicator that this could just be something coming back around, that in the past maybe it wasn't handled correctly, but now there's a second opportunity for all parties involved to get it right. In the near future position, we have the 10 of Swords. So on a more positive end of the spectrum, this could just be saying that now that you finally get that offer coming back in, right, from the past, like, okay, this is finally here to be rectified, you could just feel that sense of relief, because for a long time you might have thought to yourself, why didn't I get this offer, right? Why didn't it come through for me? So there could be that. But for us, you just could also just be saying that you might decide to leave that offer behind, whatever the offer may be. For a lot of you, I feel like it's more financially related, but it could be anything. given a position of your influence in the situation, we have the King of Swords. So yeah, this could be partially what it is, where like I said, you might just felt like you're more comfortable in your home environment, comfortable with your freedom and autonomy. So if this was around partnering up or taking some opportunity that would lead to you having to travel out more, it seems like you're kind of digging your feet in there and saying, no, I think I'm good where I'm at right now. And, being firm and decisive with that. In the environment position, we have the High Priestess. So this could just be saying that intuitively you might feel like, okay, it looks nice and shiny on the surface, but there could just be some hidden burdens and hassles that would come with it that have you reluctant to jump in and accept it. And like I said, if that's the case, it looks like there is the opportunity for you to negotiate things to be a little bit more to your liking, but that's what I see with that. All right, hopes or fears, we have the Two of Swords. So you'll just be saying that you hope that whatever decision you ultimately do make, that it's free from emotion and it's strictly based on logic, right? Because you might feel like, so for example, if this was an offer that you were hoping for in the past and it never came your way, you might hope to yourself, like, well, I hope I'm not just turning this down because I'm frustrated and upset that they didn't offer it to me before, right? So one of those types of dynamics there. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Tower. So, this card's been coming up quite a bit this month, so maybe just a general theme, given that we're going to be in eclipse season in October, but and maybe even that full moon toward the end of this month, which will be in Aries, and that's not technically an eclipse, but could be some intensity felt even there. But seeing this in the outcome position, especially given that you guys will have that full moon eclipse in Taurus toward the very end of October, could be pointing to that for some of you as far as the timeline goes. But I feel like this could just be a sudden reversal as far as. So again, like I said, if this was some kind of offer, you might decide at the beginning of the month, yeah, I'm not really interested in that. But then as we get toward the end of the month, you might decide, you know what, actually, I probably would have liked to have taken that offer. Or whatever you may currently be doing might somehow shift in a way to where that offer seems a lot more appealing. So be on the lookout for that, to where you might have a certain level of certainty early in the month, but then that might start to change as we get a little bit later into the month. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, it could just be one of those things where you've been weighing pros and cons of the situation, right? Where you're like, okay, where I'm at now, like I said. So think of this as a comparison, looking at the Nine of Pentacles, where the Six of Pentacles, we see six pentacles on that side of the person. Right, if I could get it to focus, there we go. So we see the six pentacles on the side there, which could represent, okay, more, right? And a sense of stability. Whereas the three, of course, would obviously be less, but we also see the bird on that side, which could represent more freedom, right? So that could be one of those things where you've been weighing the pros and cons there. So maybe it would benefit you to take the partnership on a financial level, but beside that, you're like, I don't know if I want to give up my freedom. And funny enough, that as I was reading that, I could think of how that might even be in a literal love relationship dynamic that you guys could be equating that to, right? To where you're like, okay, yeah, if I get into this committed relationship and move in with this person, then yeah, we'll be able to go half and half on some things, and that'll make it easier for me, but I'd have a lot of my freedom, to just come and go as I please taken away, right? So it could be one of those dynamics that you're looking at there too. Looking at your four agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word and speak with integrity. Okay. Get it to focus a little better there. Okay, so it says, say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So definitely a positive message there. And maybe that could just be coming out for you guys, just because you have Mercury moving through your 12th house for the majority of October, and sometimes that can lead to some misunderstandings, miscommunication, but not to the extent of the Mercury retrograde cycle we just got through, so there's that. But yeah, definitely could be pointing to that. Your Wisdom Oracle card is Building Blocks. There's the artwork, and the number is 28. Okay, central meanings says strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. The Oracle's message: you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, and to me that says that you will be confident with the decision that you decide to make. Alright, the relationship message says when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with the firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. Initially, I didn't see this as much of a romantic relationship reading, but we did mention that one scenario toward the end there, so hopefully that resonated with you. And the prosperity message says you have everything you need to turn iron into gold into the alchemical process of creating the prosperous life you desire. Now is the time to build on the strong foundation you have already laid for your prosperity. Keep in mind that these building blocks are imbued with the sparkling energy of your intentions. Own your dream and remember that you always have more than enough and you always are enough, so abundance is ever present. Your creativity is divinely inspired, and the design for your life is taking shape in service to the world. You are meant for success. So yeah, once again, a positive message there as well. Hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So this is your mudra here. It's the Mudgara mudra. The keyword for it is loyalty. And let's get everything. Here we go. So if you want to pause or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, you can. But under benefits, it says increases courage, virtue, and loyalty, stimulates the immune system, activates the body's self-healing power, and according to the yoga tradition, facilitates the healing of major diseases such as cancer. So if that sounds like the mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description below. As always, we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. Oh, also, once again, happy early birthday. All right, bye.